Hi, this is Melanie from Hook to the Left, and today we're going to take a look at this Divit Shilp Resin hook. So let's go ahead and get started. Hi everybody, thanks so much for joining me here today. If you're new to my channel and you like all things crochet or yarn related, then go ahead and go down below and hit that subscribe button and hit the bell so that you're reminded each time I come out with a brand new video or I go live. Okay, so today we're going to take a look at this. It's the Divit Shilp handcrafted resin crochet hook. This particular hook is an 8mm, and I did get it, you can get it in the black marble or you can get it in the red marble, and I did get it in the red marble. So let's go ahead and take a look at it. I've already used it, so tested it out, so just keep that in mind when I open it. It's been opened and reopened and closed and reopened several times, so just a heads up on that. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and open this up. Now, one thing I did like, because they didn't do this with their wooden hook, which I'll link up above over here, the review that I did on the Divit Shilp wooden hook, and it was the purple heartwood wooden hook. And they did not do this with the wooden hooks. It did not come in this bag. Now, the bag, when you get it, is sealed. But I've opened and closed this so many times that the seal doesn't have any more tackiness to it yet anymore. But it does come in this nice bag. So that, I think that's unique to their resin hooks. Right? And then here is the hook. It is a gorgeous hook. It is a beautiful resin hook. And each hook is unique. So no two hooks are alike, which is kind of nice. It is an inline hook, and if you're not familiar with what inline hooks mean, it means that this portion here, it stays the same width as the hook itself. So that is an inline hook. Now the other type of hook that you can get, which is very common with it in a boy hook, it's called a tapered hook, and that's where this part of this part right here of the hook tapers in just before it curls over and hooks. Just before it curls over and hooks right here. So again, a tapered hook is when this part right here tapers in and becomes thinner than when it curls over and the hook itself. It is thinner than the hook itself. So that's the difference between an inline hook and a tapered hook. So the Divit Shilp hooks, and I found this both on the wooden and the resin, are inline hooks. It feels great. I don't feel any catches on this at all. It's nice and smooth. I love the detail of the handle here. Now, when I was looking at Amazon, I did see where somebody had this hook, and they bought it the first day that they bought it. They had opened it, taken it out of the box, set it on the table, walked away, it rolled off the table, and it snapped right here. They did not state whether or not they were given a replacement. I would suspect that the manufacturer, the person selling it, the distributor, would give them a replacement. However, just to let you know, that is something that did happen. I have dropped it myself and I had no problem, so but I don't have a hard tile floor. Now, it does have the size engraved right here. It is very hard to see. It's an 8mm or an L size hook, and I don't know. I can catch it in the light, the engraving there. You can see it's difficult to see, but it is engraved into the hook itself. I wish it was a little bit more bold because that is difficult to see. But I do love this detailing on the shaft of the hook. I do love that. That's it's really honestly just a beautiful, beautiful hook. Beauty is one thing. How is it to use? So let's go ahead. I've got, this is some local yarn here. I'm going to just tell you here. I got it from not local yarn, but I got it from a local yarn shop. And it is called James C. Brett Marble Chunky. And it's 200 grams. So I'm looking to make a hat with this, so I went ahead and pulled out this yarn, and I'm going to test it out with this yarn. So it is a chunky yarn. It doesn't say right here whether it's a 5 weight, like what weight yarn it is, but it says here knits to most chunky patterns, right? So that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna assume this is a 5-weight yarn right here. As far as the slide or the glide on it, it's pretty nice. I can feel a little bit of kind of squeakiness with it. Not too bad with this particular yarn. This is 100% acrylic. It does feel a little bit more rough than some yarns, a little bit more woolly than some acrylic yarn. So it's not super soft yarn, but I can feel when it doesn't, I can't hear the squeak, but I can feel the squeak, I guess is the best way to put it. I know that's weird to say, but that's the best way I can describe it. I'm not sure where you personally would hold your hook. I do not hold it this low. I actually choke up on my hooks a little bit because I like to have a little bit more control over it. And I do like the length of the divot hooks. It doesn't hit me right here, which my favorite hooks are clover hooks, and they hit me right here, and it starts to irritate me after a little bit. So it doesn't do that. It's nice and it's far outside of that area. So let me go ahead and do a small chain and a few stitches with this. Okay, the glide is pretty nice. I'm liking it. I do kind of feel that squeak. I will tell you, when I was using it before, I didn't feel that, but it was a very different yarn. The yarn I was using before was Ella Rae. I used it to make this hat right here. And the yarn is, this is Ella Rae Cozy Alpaca Chunky, and it's a much softer yarn, so I didn't feel, I guess, what I'm calling the squeak on it. I didn't feel that like I am on when using this other yarn here, so I can feel it a little bit more on this yarn, and every time I go back and forth on it. It's something I would probably get used to, but I am feeling that. As far as the drag on it, there is a little bit of drag, as I found with most resin hooks. Metal hooks tend to not have a lot less drag than other hooks. But this one does have a little bit of drag to it. Nothing to write home about. It's still fine. I think once you get into your rhythm, it really wouldn't bother you that much, I don't think. So yeah, I'm kind of liking this hook. I like the way that it's much longer than my hand, and I don't have a problem with that hitting me on the hand and irritating me there. The only thing is I guess certain yarns you're going to kind of feel that squeakiness to it. Not hear it, but feel it is the best way to put it. I know that's not the best terminology for it, but that's the only way I can think of terminology, saying it. But yeah, I'm liking it. I'm liking it. And when I used it to make that hat, I really enjoyed using it to make that hat. And so I really have no problems that are outstanding with this particular hook. I think it's pretty nice, and for long projects it would definitely replace my Charisma hook because of the length of it, and I won't have the irritation from having the hook hit me on the side. How is this resin hook compared to their wood hook? I'd say probably the same. I bet you that I think the drag is a little bit better on the resin hook than it is on the wood hook. I think there's a little bit more drag on the wood hook than there is on this hook. But all in all, I think they're pretty comparable. And again, I really do like the length. And that, you guys, that is just an absolutely gorgeous hook right there. Isn't it? It's so beautiful. Yeah, if after using this, after watching this video, if you feel like this might be a hook that you would really get some use out of, then go ahead and go down below. I have this linked down below for you guys to go and pick up your own. This is a very affordable hook. This is something that it looks like it's a little bit of a competitor with the Furls hook, and one of these days I'll compare them side by side. But it's a bit of a competitor with the Furls hook, but a much more manageable price range, whereas these were just over $10 to get this hook, as far as the resin hooks for the Furls hooks, they run in the $25 to $35 range, I believe. So that's just something you know. There is a lot more variation on sizes in Furls. There is, but you can get the basic sizes in these Divit Shilp hooks. You can get your basic sizes. Which this one is an 8mm. I did see them also in a 5.5mm. Those are my two go-to sizes, 5.5 and 8. So that's the first ones that I look for. But yeah, this is a great hook. I think it's a beautiful hook. I think it does really well. So if I were to rate this hook, I would probably, and I say this a lot, but honestly, I think this is a good 4.5 stars out of 5. And the reason for that is just because there's a little bit of drag and kind of that squeaky feel to using it with this yarn. Again, I didn't feel that with the other yarn. It was just this particular yarn. So 4.5 stars out of 5 is what I would give it. What do you think of this hook? Do you like this hook? Is this something that you would definitely put on your wish list for Christmas? Or for your birthday? Or for just, if you feel like getting me a gift, give me this hook. Hey, just let me know in the comments down below. I'd love to get your opinions. Also, are there any hooks that you think are amazing and you want me to check out? Go ahead and put that information down below as well. Again, I would love to get that input. If this is the kind of content that you enjoy, stuff like all things that have to do with crochet, yarn, and I do reviews, I do hauls, I do just a bunch of different kinds of product reviews and book reviews, as well as the yarn hauls and talking to you about the yarn. If you like that kind of stuff, then go ahead and go down below and hit that subscribe button. And don't forget to hit the like. I really appreciate it. It helps other people find my content that would like this kind of content. I appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you so much for being here, and you guys have an amazing day. Bye-bye.